Welcome to Saturday Racing. It's August 10th, 2019, and we have winds out of the southeast at about 6-7 knots. It's really actually quite cool out here. With 40 seconds to go before the start, it's the lines between the orange flag and the orange buoy, and they're racing a windward leeward course. There's 30 seconds to go. And I like how this boat is getting right up on the line. You want to be up on the line going fast. This is a little shorter line than what we normally do, but this is typical for what you would see in normal fleet racing. You know, you don't really see the long lines that we normally use. 15 seconds. All right, so I like how these boats are up on the line. I think 6075 is they're too early. And there's 6 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All clear! And 6109 and 5220 got the best starts. They're in clear lanes of air, going fast. It looks like the black boat hit the start mark, so they need to just probably restart or do a penalty turn. Now here's a port starboard situation, and number 49 is on starboard, so 6075 must give way. And 49, even though they started late, they're not looking too bad because the wind shifted a little bit to the right since we set up this line, so it does favor the committee boat end just a little bit.
Too much partying.
And, well, let's see what happens. Here we are at the start of race number 1 for the Harbor 20s, and there's 4 boats out here, 50 seconds to go. And Filbert is really far over there with 40 seconds to go, and I think maybe they're a little too far away, but we'll see. 30 seconds. Yes, I like how the blue boat is turning around now with 25 seconds to go. They could just waste time here, and you know, they can shut out all these other barging boats, because you see, when you're the leeward boat, the windward boats must give right away, and they can luff head to wind and block these boats, but they didn't. They're running down the line with 10 seconds to go. There's the line, and 4 seconds, 2, 1. All clear! And Filbert, number 1, got a great start. The blue boat got a good start too, but they need to be careful and protect their wind, their clear lane of air. Filbert needs to trim their main end. It's out too far by about 6 inches. And now, let's see, that other boat, Violet, is not doing bad either. Now, Peanut is going to be in the disturbed wind of Violet, so they should be looking to tack over. But we have an obstruction out here. The committee boat anchor line is super long. We had to let it out because the wind shifted right toward the last minute, and so that we get a square line, we had to let it out. So right now, the blue boat, Paul, is winning this race, and they just have to cover the rest of the fleet to go ahead and win this. And by cover, I mean just stay in between their competition and the next objective, the next mark, which so far they've been doing very well. So when Filbert tacks this boat to the left, then the blue boat should tack right on top of them. This course is a windward leeward course, but it's shorter than the Flying Scot course. The Flying Scots, and they've rounded the weather mark, set their spinnakers, and 5220 is in the lead, followed by 6075. And so these boats just want to keep a nice clean lane of air and try and cover the fleet. If any of their closest competition jibes away, they may want to go with them, stay with them, so that the competition doesn't get any wind shifts that you don't get and passes you. Are getting ready to round their windward mark, and the blue boat is just barely laying, but I think they're going to make it. If you need a few more degrees of planing ability, you just get all the crew on the leeward side and trim in a little tighter than usual, and you should be able to make it around. I think the green boat needs to get their jib in a little tighter, get that weight down low, because they're luffing their jib now, and that's going to slow them way down, and they could get rolled by the boat behind them. So they really need to like take care right now. But it looks like they're going to take the safe way out, because they're all getting knocked. The wind shifted left, so it's making it harder to get around the mark. And so Filbert is going to try and luff around it, but when they tack on the port now, they have no rights with that boat on starboard with the red sail. Up. Okay, so I think Filbert probably broke a rule there, and they owe the red sail boat a penalty turn. And now Peanut's coming back around. All right. All right, the start of race number 2 for the Harbor 20s, and we have 50 seconds to go. We've lengthened the line and shifted it around a little bit to make it more square to the wind. And with 45 seconds to go, I like how this boat is getting set up on the line. 35. You want to be on the line, going fast, clear lane of air. That's the goal. If I was the red sail boat, I would slow down a little bit so you don't get entangled with the blue boat. Let's see, let me get over here. And 15. And the red sailboat's getting set up just right. The blue boat is too far from the line. 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All clear! And Filbert won the start. Going fast. Clear lane of air. This side of the line's a little favored, so if the other boats tack, they'd have to dip the stern of Filbert. So they're looking good now, but their main needs to come in a little bit. And the blue boat is luffing everybody by pinching, and so the red boat is kind of stalled out. They need to tack away, go find a clear lane of air, get that boat moving. And the green boat needs to watch out. But oh, it looks like they just rolled the blue boat. Wow, okay, so blue boat really needs to tack also, because they're just in disturbed wind. They need to tack away. And they are. We're at the start of the next race of the Flying Scot class. We had a couple boats sail too long of a course. We got 40 seconds to go before their start, and I like how this boat is getting set up on the line. 35 seconds. I would even get like right up on that line, and the line's between this orange flag and the orange buoy, so they're still a boat length and a half away. 20 seconds. Oh, I like how this boat's getting all set up on the line ahead of these boats. There's 13 seconds, and boy, Air America's coming on strong. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All clear! And 6109 probably won that start. They're going fast on the line. Nice clean lane of air. Air America's looking good, but if they had to tack, they'd have to duck 6109 because of the port starboard rule. And 49's not looking too bad, but I think they need to get their weight out get that boat flatter. And 5220's got better boat speed. They're just pulling out ahead because they're just got their crew weight better, their sail trim better. I think, yeah, it's just boat speed. They're just like moving like a rocket ship. All right, so 49 tacked away. Ooh, kind of over tacked. And wow, Air America 5220 is pointing higher and going a little faster. I think it's because they're passing 6109 because 6109's main sheet's out too far. It needs to come in another couple of inches. And here come the Harbor 20s. They're getting ready to finish. Looks like Peanut gonna win that race, followed by Paul, the blue boat. Exciting racing action out here on Biscayne Bay.
Okay, I like that.
All right, we got a horse race here developing for all right, get ready for the next start. Race, and we have winds have lightened up just a little bit, and it's shifted more right, which has favored the race committee boat end of the line with 35 seconds to go. So where you want to be is starting right here, and the green boat is really in the best position to do that. But they have to be careful here because see, they're in the barging zone, and they must give way to this leeward boat. So they need to slow down. They need to do S turns. You're barging. You have no room, no rights to go in there. No rights. 15 seconds. See, they should have just slowed down, and they would have done just fine. Okay, we got 5 seconds right now. 3, 2, 1. All clear. And these two boats are looking pretty good. Now, look how Filbert's coming in with a full steam ahead, and they just need to get up on the wind, and they actually could have won the start, but they're just not getting up on the wind. They're not heading as high as, say, the blue boat is, but they had a good start. So right now the blue boat is in the lead. All right, so green boat's tacking away. And it looks like the blue boat's kind of stalled out. They're pinching too much for this weather. They need to crack it off a little, ease their sails about 2-3 inches. And they may want to think about covering the fleet, because their two main competitors are sailing to the right side on port tack. So if I was them, I'd think about tacking over. Because you don't want to let your competition get too far away from you, unless you think the wind's going to shift in that direction in the left side. But I think the forecast calls for more of shifts to the right than to the left today. So now all the boats are on port tack except for the blue boat. The blue boat needs to tack now. They need to cover now. There's no gains to be had going left. In fact, they're getting knocked. They need to go. Blue boat, Paul, went around the mark first, and Violet's tacking, but I don't think they're going to lay the mark. I think they may have prematurely tacked there. So Peanut's going to easily make it around, and Filbert's sort of floundering around there, going away from the mark. Now, Violet is tacking over onto port and must give way to the starboard tacker. So they need to be sure and duck that starboard tacker unless they can cross him, but I highly doubt it. And so on these boats, the rudders are unusually small. So you have to steer with your sails as well as the rudder. So in order to head the boat down to duck a starboard tacker, you must ease that mainsail as well as turn the tiller and the rudder, or that boat won't turn. Okay, so these boats are heading back to the finish, and Filbert's just going to go around. And here comes Violet. Here we are at the finish, the Harbor 20 class, and Paul, the blue boat, takes the honors. And it looks like there's going to be Peanut, Filbert, and Violet. We have the Scots getting ready to finish their race. They'll be finishing to windward. So we'll probably start the Scots next. Flying Scot class, 6075. Beja Flor is first. And then we have number 49. 5220, 3423, and 6109. One more! Have in the Scott class, 3423 just beat out 6109. Here we are at the start of the next race for the Flying Scots, and we have 50 seconds to go. The wind has lightened up just a little bit and gone back a little bit to the left, so it's probably a pretty even line. We should have our line flag up. 30 seconds. I like how Air America is getting up on the line. Okay, when you get too far away in these lighter winds, you can get trapped down there and not make it to the line. So yeah, he's doing a good job of getting up here on the line. 10 seconds to go. And ooh, the wind's puffing in a little bit. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All clear! And I think number 5220 probably got the best start. Look, they're going fast. They got the sail trim just right, crew weight just right. They were started in the middle of the line. Oh, they got a little knock right there. See, the wind went to the left just a little bit. Now, if the fleet starts tacking, they should cover them. Ooh, now the wind's blowing in here a little bit, so 49 may gain on them, and it went right a little bit, so it favors the boats toward the right. Here we are at the start of the last race of the Harbor 20s, and with 50 seconds to go. The wind has been going up and down in velocity, and now it's come back and it's gone right, so it favors the race committee boat end of the line. All right, with 30 seconds to go, and I like how this boat is getting set up a little early, but they may be a little too early. They have to be careful of the blue boat, because the blue boat, being the leeward boat, can run them up. They have the right to do that and can run them over the starting line. All right, 15 seconds. Now, this red sail boat is probably too late. They got too far away, and in these light winds, you have to be careful. There's 7 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. All clear! And the green boat is going fast on the line, a little late, but better late than never. And you know what? They're on the favored end. So I say they are winning this race, because the other boats down on the other end started on the unfavored end. And if they tacked over, because of the port starboard rule, they'd have to duck Peanut, the green boat's stern. So that's why Peanut's winning. Looks like that blue boat is really outpointing everybody else. Wow, they're really getting weather gauge on everybody. And now Peanut has just like stalled out. I don't know what happened, but they're not on the wind. They're heading too low. You have to watch those two squirrel tails on the jib luff to know if you're in the groove, and you want them both flowing back, because you want wind evenly flowing on both sides of that sail. And I think they're probably stalling that leeward squirrel out. Now, the blue boat needs to watch their competition here that have both gone to the right. They've tacked to the right, and I think they ought to think about tacking. There have been some wind holes there to the left. I don't know if you can see this, but it's glassy over there in parts. And I saw the Scott sail into some big wind holes, so got to be careful. It seems like it's gusting in from the right, so I would want to hang more to the right. Yeah, you see we got nice dark water here. That's more wind pressure, and so you don't want to go too far over there to the left where it's glassy, because you could get stuck in a hole. So, you know, the blue boat could be in the lead, but they need to tack over, cover the rest of the fleet. Don't get too far away from them, because if these guys going to the right get just a 5-degree shift to the right, they're going to be way ahead of the blue boat. That's why you got to cover. Mark and Peanut is going to be first around. Nice. That's Amy steering. Good job. Looks like the red sail boat isn't going to lay the mark, but these other two will, so they're going to have to tack over. And Filbert is just going to make it. Again, if you need a little more pointing ability, just get everybody on the leeward side, trim your sails in a little tighter, and you can get about 3 to 5 degrees sometimes and not lose too much speed. Okay, and see, when the red sail boat tacked, they didn't really go into acceleration mode after they tacked, so they're very slow to get up to speed. But now they get up to speed. We got a nice little gust of wind to get us going, and they're heading back for their finish. All right. Number 49 may be winning the Scott class. 5220s over there also doing well, but they really split jibes quite a bit. And I think there's more wind over here on this side of the course. So 49's probably gonna, could win it. Now 6075 has just taken off lately, and their velocity made good to the next mark looks better than most of the boats out here. I think because they just found a nice lane of higher pressure over here. You know, the tactician should always be looking behind and looking for more pressure, you know, where it's a little darker. And I do see more glassy spots over there, but this looks nice and strong over on this side. All right, Paul is second, Peanut was first, and Filbert will be third, and Violet fourth. Here we are at the finish of the last race, and number 49 gonna take the honors. Now, back up a little bit. Don't keep motoring. We need to hold position for these guys. Okay, go back up.
This is maybe not the best time to do it. Yeah, move out of the way.
All right. So we got a port starboard situation here, and it looks like 5220 may have broken a roll. 5220 second. 6075 is third. Head in. Will the crew of the mighty Paul please come forward and face the camera? Face the camera there.
Face the camera.
Good job there. Excellent job. All right, and the winners for August 10th, 2019. See you next week.